Hello, welcome to Dungeon Growers Podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today we're reviewing a special book. Today we're reviewing the new Teen Titans games, an original graphic novel by Marv, Wolfman, and George Perez, the iconic duo that brought us the new Teen Titans back in the 80s. And this book costs 25 US, 28 Canadian. Beautiful hardcover. And I gotta say, this book was a pretty cool read. I finished it over the weekend. And this book has a lot of backstory uh, for this book, where this book was supposed to be the swan song of the new Teen Titans that Marv Wolfman and George Perez created. They started this book in 1987. It didn't come out until 2011. Took them 23 years to make this book, apparently. Well, I think they came up with the idea in 87, didn't start working it till like 1988, where Marv Wolfman put out 70 pages and got like writer's block and couldn't come up with like any ideas. And then what happened after that is George Perez started to his eyesight started to get worse, and he had trouble drawing. So that was the main reason why this graphic novel took so long to come out. But overall, I thought it was a good book. The lineup for this Teen Titans is Nightwing, Starfire, Raven, Jericho, aka Joe Wilson, the son of Deathstroke, which he had a couple sons. You have Donna Troy as Wonder Girl, Vic Stone as Cyborg, Garfield, I forget his last name, as Changeling, while most people know him as Beast Boy. And you have Danny Chase, which doesn't have a superhero name. Don't really know that much about the character, but they do a good job of explaining him in the comic, which, he's like the tech genius of the group who was raised by spies, and he has telekinetic powers, right? So the book is basically about how King Faraday, who is like, he was kind of like the Nick Fury of the DC Comics back in the 80s or so. DC Comics doesn't really have a Nick Fury character, but he's basically a super spy, right? And what's going on is somebody destroyed a bunch of U.S. Base camps in the Arctic, and wrote in blood on one of the walls, "Your move, Faraday," which gets King Faraday in trouble with his bosses at CBI. They threatened to demote him and take his job away. So he knowing already who it was, the Game Master, he goes to the new Teen Titans to recruit them to go out and assassinate the Game Master, right? Who is this villain that was they explained he was like a war game designer that King Faraday recruited to come up with unique scenarios of attack that were unconventional, right? To prepare America for a post 9/11 world. A lot of post 9/11 story, post 9/11 stuff in this book, which I guess is why some people compare this book to Holy Terror by Frank Miller. That and they came out around the same time, which was very weird when you consider that this book came out and this book was supposed to come out in the late 80s, right? So obviously, the Teen Titans are not fans of killing people, right? So they turn them down. They all have their own things going on. Like Donna Troy and her husband have this photography / modeling agency, that Starfire works for. She's like a model, and Vic Stone is working on science projects, and he has a rehabilitation center for children with missing limbs, where he supplies them with prostheses that his the co-owner of the rehabilitation center, Sarah, works at, who's his partner, which something may or may not have happened to her later on in the comics. Yeah, basically everybody's got their own things going on, so like they don't want to deal with King Faraday's bullshit. Like they just tell him, dude, this is your problem. If you want an assassin, go fucking hire Deathstroke. We have enough of your shit. What ends up going on is that King Faraday uses his spy connections and government powers to fuck with the Teen Titans. They get lawsuit. They got hit with lawsuits, government contracts and like other job opportunities. They're losing. So this starts to get on the nerves. But while that's going on, the Game Master is setting up his pawns, which are all metahumans that he recruited from like prisons and like, you know, mental institutes, are all setting up plans to destroy the Teen Titans and to destroy New York, right? I forgot to mention that they plan on destroying New York, right? So like our team, what ends up happening is that they set up a bomb on Sarah's bus where she was taking the crippled kids out on a field trip, but because Raven, the only member of the team who has teleportation powers, was off hanging out with her mother, right? Couldn't come to the bus in time, and Sarah, the rehabilitation therapist, ends up sacrificing herself to save the kids, right? Which immediately makes the Teen Titans, more specifically Cyborg, do a 180 to want to go out and kill the Game Master, right? What ends up happening is our characters, while on the hunt for the Game Master, fight off against different metahumans, right? Different metahumans. Starfire fights this like Adam Strange knockoff looking dude who can absorb like energy blasts. Beast Boy fights this holographic villain who can project who can use like television signals to project, to take images and make them into 3D solid holographic holograms that can fight and attack people. So like Beast Boy the Changeling had to fight like a bunch of like cartoon characters, right? Cyborg had to fight an old Japanese dude in a mecha. Donna Troy had to fight some like wizard chick called Dungeon who can make her nightmares real. Which her hairstyle was very stupid, by the way. She's this bald black woman, but with long hair at the back of her head, so it just looks really dumb. It's what would they call that? A pie plate or whatever? That was dumb. Nightwing, Joe Wilson, I forgot. Jericho had to fight this Knight and Squire team, which the Knight was blind and was using Squire's flume to tell her the location of Jericho. And because Jericho's powers are he can only possess people by making eye contact. Because the Night chick was blind, he couldn't do that. But he was able to defeat her anyway. And Nightwing goes off to fight what he believes to be the Game Master, which turns out just to be a member of the League of Assassins, and Danny Chase had to disarm like a bomb at like the UN, but has to fight off against this like sexy spy chick, and loses his arms. Finally, he sacrifices himself to like save everybody. Which, you know, wow, let's have the new character lose his arms. Okay, which really made Beast Boy Changeling. I don't know. I prefer Beast Boy over Changeling. I think Changeling's a dumb name, but whatever. Which Changeling, aka Beast Boy, fuck it, I'm just calling him Beast Boy, has like weird mullets in the comic, right? Everybody in the comic book pretty much has like an 80s or 90s like fashion sense going on in this book, right? Which makes sense when you consider that the comic book first was worked on in the late 80s, right? Though Garfield, Beast Boy's like mullet comes and goes throughout the book, right? Comes and goes throughout the book, and like, you know, there's little art inconsistencies here and there throughout the book, which did not bother me too much, but yeah, kind of got annoying at times, right? But overall, I thought the art was pretty cool. Really enjoyed the story. The story is basically like the Teen Titans Die Hard meets Die Hard movie, right? So, and it did a good job of introducing the characters and their powers for new readers who might jump in. And I don't want to spoil the identity of the Game Master, right? Despite the fact that I already spoiled a bunch of stuff. But though I thought the dialogue here and there was iffy at some points, I thought overall I really enjoyed this book. And I think Teen Titan fans, old and new, will enjoy this book as well. And the art overall, despite the mistakes here and there, were great. Though some of the character designs for our villains looked kind of lame to me. Dungeon in particular, and the Adam Strange looking ripoff's helmet was kind of dumb. But overall, the book and the book and the art was good. The dialogue was a little hit and miss, but overall it was great. Though I kind of did not like the ending a little bit, but whatever. It was fine. It was fine. Overall, I'm giving this a 7.5. You had the art consistencies and the bad dialogue here and there, but overall, I thought it was a great book, worth checking out. And, you know, for what it is, it's, you know, $30 is not too bad of a price. So our next comic book review is not going to come out for a little while, because our next comic review is going to be Howard the Duck, the Complete Collection, Volume 1, which collects like 19 issues, which contains like Howard the Duck's first appearances, and Howard the Duck, like with his first appearances being Fear 19 and Man-Thing 1974, and Howard the Duck 1 through 16 and Annual 1, and like a bunch of other, like, you know, issues. So this is basically like 19 issues worth of content. So this is going to take me a while to read. But in the meantime, I will be posting movie reviews and manga reviews. I already finished my review for Volume 3 of MPD Psycho. So look forward to that. And see you guys later. Peace.